Good morning everybody, it's Friday morning and I'm just taking the bike to Neil Parkhouse, Advanced Suspension technician. I'll put his page on the description. So as you know, I'm on the Z1000SX and I've seen many posts about people who have had the suspension professionally set up to suit the weight. I think I've got mine pretty good. I'm hovering at just under 18 stone at the minute, a bit heavier than I should be. I've just done the 4-coil and seals. So the stock rebound on this bike is seven turns in from fully out, and I have this at the minute at 9.5, could be 10, and that feels better. It's, for me, it's not diving too much. I have the dampening at, it's about 1.5, so that it just comes up and settles. I don't know, it still could be soft. That's why I'm going to a professional. And I have the compression on the right fork at just 1 turn out. The rear, the stock, I do believe is 4, and I have it on 5, so it's only 1 extra on the back. And the dampening is, I think, 1 3/4 turns out. And that was just based on some Dave Moss videos on tread wear and all that. The bike does feel like it rides nice, and some will say that, so why bother getting it set up? But the point is, what do I know? You know, it rides nice as far as I know. At my standards, I'm just looking at the bike jumps out of gear. You know, it rides fine for me, but it could be better. If there's no improvement, then I've not, you know, it's cost me some money. But the way Neil does it, he almost teaches you how to do this. It's like a learning experience. That road is terrible there. So you come away with a wealth of knowledge anyway, where you can probably help other people or whatever. But for me, you can't beat going to somebody who knows what they're doing. I'll not be videoing the procedure because well, I've not asked for permission, and I'm not sure. I know I've seen other videos people have done when he was at Parkit racing, but I think I'm just going to keep it really simple. But I will take you out on a ride when I've had it set up and explain to you what he's done and what I think's happening, and it should be good fun. We're off to Scotland on Sunday on the bikes, so I need to know the bike's good. I mean, I know it is anyway. We've done Wales and all sorts on them. I mean, the bike handles well. It outperforms me anyway. I'd never be able to keep up with this bike, I don't think, but be interesting to see. This is Scrooby. Passing through Scrooby here. That's where Nicky bought a Kia Sportage. Absolute fuel guzzling monster it is. There he went, and I saw that sign for a left turn. You didn't know who was pulling out. Some riders wouldn't give a shit and go anyway, but you know, got to read the signs. We're into sunny Ranskill. Not so sunny today. Just come fishing at Ranskill. Nidges ponds, deep water, and then you've got I think it's still water, also known as Whitty's carp fishery. General fishery, but here's some really good carp in there. Not that you're here for the fishing advice. So if you're coming into Ranskill from any of these directions, it's down past that newsagents there, over the train lines, and there's a few fisheries. Good fishing. I've had a day's fishing in ages. With my dad a lot. He only likes to do a few hours now, but it's still nice to get get fishing soon, I think. Not that I'm any good at it. Been fishing since I was a child, and I still feel like I'm fishing like a child. Mirrors are weird today. I'm going to need to tighten them up. That right bolt seems to come loose a lot, so I've always got an Allen key in my pocket. And yes, I could put some thread lock on it, but I don't know if you've seen me getting the bike out. We have to take it down an alleyway, so the mirrors have got to come in every time we go out and in, which is why it gets loose. Absolutely love a driveway you can just pull into a garage and leave the bike set up as it was when you left. It's like when we go away and just jump on the bikes, don't have to adjust the mirrors. It's brilliant. And I'm an absolute OCD freak, so when I get on the bike the mirrors have to be perfect. Today they're just annoying me a bit. And I've got a bit of a funny throat, as you've probably heard a million times, and I'm sorry about that. I shall try and calm it down. Barnby Moor. Not much to say about Barnby Moor really. Used to be a big scrapyard where the houses are. Back in the 80s, early 90s possibly. I think his name was Frank. Friend of my dad's. Yo Bell, where I do weddings now and again. I must admit it's not my favourite wedding venue. Is okay. People seem to enjoy the weddings there, that's all that really matters. Excuse me. Absolute frog in my throat. Something. Bit of a tip for new riders: when you come up to one of these humpback bridges or these kind of narrow bridges, always sort of try and stick to the left a little bit, just in case some lunatics come over and they don't care about the lights, because there's a single track and they can't see you until they're in front of you. I ain't done advanced riding as yet, but somebody who has told me a little tip. Bit of a lifesaver apparently. Now this is a bumpy road. Probably going to get thrown all over the shop. Not yet though, around this corner. Gonna be careful, there's all sorts of stuff sometimes pulling out of here. Safety comes before speed. If you don't agree, that's fine. Total blind dip there could be anything on the other side of that. It's not, but also a right turn. Service gate for the prison. So anyway, where's the summer? It's June and it's dull, probably 10 or 12 degrees. I've got sunglasses on because I thought it was going to be bright, which makes it look even duller. And I wear sunglasses because I like to have my visor open at times, and it stops your eyes drying up and watering and doing the opposite of everything, and itching and dust and bugs. And I've got some clear glasses, but I mean, how many pairs of glasses do you take with you? I like the wind in my face, it's nice. Hey buddy. Right, initial setup going on. I had the preload about 9.5 winds in from out. He has totally wound it out and put me at 2 winds in just to see how the bike feels, which is, I thought it'd be soft as hell, so I suppose we'll see. He's done the rebound at 1.25, which is not far off where it was anyway. But he's done the compression. I had it about 1.25, but he's gone for comfort and he's done it at, I think it's 2.5 winds out. And the idea is to get the tyre up on the side to about 20 mil from the bottom. On the back, which surprised me the most, he did the rebound at 1.5. I think I had it a bit harder than that. And he's done the surprising thing is the preload on the back. Stock is 5. I had it on 6. I think he's put it on 8 or 9. Two notches from the top. 'Cause it's the older style shock, not the handle. So he's really increased the preload on the back. And he says it's important on this bike that it's like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this does actually feel. You know, we told me to go out for a test ride for 10 or 15 minutes. Told me to ride normal, not going overboard, not trying to go too fast, not overly braking hard, but if it's I need to, just to ride. But what Neil does do from Advanced Moto Suspension is really explain everything in absolute fine detail. What everything does, why, how, the science behind it, the physics behind it. It's actually been an eye-opener, because you see a lot of things, and I've watched a lot of videos, and you do learn a lot, but it's actually surprising how not everything explained. It's turning in a bit quicker, bloody hell. It's actually surprising how you don't get the full information, but that's typical of the internet, I guess. And I know you're watching a YouTube video now of me explaining it, but I'm just telling you what an expert said. I've never claimed to be an expert in this. Professional photographer, yes. Bikes are just a hobby. Right, when he explained rebound dampening and how it affects turning, and I did notice the last ride out to Willingham Woods, I was going through like a double bend, and I tried to flip the bike from left to right, and it seemed harder work. A lot of racers seem to like that, but I'm not a racer, we're on the road. And a softer rebound will help the bike flip from left to right easier. Just things like that, that kind of, I've had a lot of light bulb moments when he's talking, and he explains things extremely well. It's been brilliant. It's going to be hard to get a nice setting on the bike on these shitty British roads, but it'd be good if it's going to be better. I think I had everything sat a bit too tight, to be fair. I can't believe it's with 2 winds in on the front preload. I mean, what's it like if I roll off? It does dive a bit. Yeah, diving quite a bit, so that's going to need changing. It's always dope, 'cause I'm 18 stone. Let's go down here so I can see what it's like under acceleration. Surprisingly enough, under acceleration, because the rear's stiffer, It sits nice and sits pretty straight under acceleration. I didn't expect that. Wow, felt good. Interesting. What you think you know, you know absolutely nothing.
So all Neil did finally was increase the compression slightly to stop the dive. We've left the settings as they are. The bike runs great. Yes, I'm going to give it a good run and see what it's like on some of the more twisty roads. And if anything, all I'll be doing is increasing the preload on the front a little bit, maybe one. And that is it. Really impressed. Well worth doing. If you have any questions, just write them below. And how about giving me a like and subscribe? Because I never actually asked for that, but I'd appreciate it. Thank you.